over 19 years, your eyes and ears on horse racing has been Tommy Walski's, the Sport of King. On today's show, we'll meet the man behind the leading stable at Hastings. Our race of the week is the Set It Appointee. Tommy recaps some of the major stakes in racing across the nation. Virginia gets you caught up on all the news. We'll hit the archives in case you missed it. I salute to the champions remembered, one of racing's equine heroes. And now here he is, BC's ambassador to the world of horse racing, Mr. Tommy Walski.
On our first segment, we're going to pay a visit with longtime horse owner here at Hastings Racecourse, Glen Todd, and see how he not only operates his successful racing stable, but what is going on behind the horse racing management committee that he is deeply involved with, and that is a major factor when it comes to horse racing here in this province. First of all, we want to find out from Glen, what's it like winning all those races?
It's a big thrill to win a race. I mean, I tell people that it's like, it's a big experience. It's $5,000 or $100,000 stake. The thrill is still there. You know, I think we manage our horses really well. We run them where they can win, and it makes a big difference.
You use a beautiful facility just outside of Seattle, Pegasus.
Obviously, it gives us an edge because we're training when other people can't, right? We start in January, so our horses are, you know, ready to run when we open. It's probably the most beautiful facility I've ever seen. It's got everything. You can train, you can swim, you can go on a treadmill, you can train on a track. You know, it gives you so much versatility to get a horse to the races. Yeah, we call it the spa, right? We'll call the spa and see how many we got ready to come up. And we had about 50 horses there over the winter.
Where do you go get your horses?
We make a big deal out of BC sale. Chaff, it's like a 3-day holiday vacation where we have a lot of fun. We spend a lot of time going over the horses, looking at them. Troy Taylor has a great eye for a horse, right? He really does. And the 3-year-olds we got this year are the 3 best ones we got all came out of the BC sale, actually. We bought 7 yearlings in Kentucky last year, and one of them is Mr. Instigator's already. He won the first 2-year-old race here. But we've had good success. We've bought a stakes winner in every BC sales.
We were here a couple of years ago. How's it gone since?
We have our good days and our bad days, right? Good race days, you can't get in here. I can sit here and play horses, watch my horses run, California or whatever, and it's a fun place. It's a great place. You know, it's first cab in the whole place, and we have some steady customers and big players, and that helps.
You put out a newsletter. It's the talk of the industry right now.
Well, I'll tell you, this morning I started at 3 o'clock, right? I mean, I guess my dad told me I could sleep a lot when I was dead, so, and I mean, I think it's been instilled in me. I only need 3-4 hours sleep and I can go full tilt. And I still do. I don't know why. I still get up at 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning automatically. I just wake up and I get up and I'm ready to go. But it took me until 6:30, so I spent 3.5 hours this morning, but there was quite a bit to discuss, and you know, I wish I had more time to spend on it. Like 3.5 hours of my day is too much, but somebody had to do something for the industry. Somebody had to let people know what was going on in the industry. So I try to keep the people, the owners, informed of the trainers of what's going on in the industry as much as I can, or as much as my time will. Or some days when I'm in a hurry and I got to get to a real meeting, then I read it when I get home. But did I really write that? But anyways, it's I try my best to get it out early, and I've had hundreds of compliments.
You're part of a committee. Can you explain what this committee is all about?
Well, the government of British Columbia, that's in power, felt that the industry was not operating at the best of its, or the best it could, and there was a lot of infighting, and so and they have a big investment in horse racing. There's 7,000 employees in the industry in British Columbia between the standardbreds and the thoroughbreds, which meant a lot of people. The business, obviously, we don't have to be very smart, was digressing rapidly throughout North America, just not here in British Columbia. And the minister in power of horse racing wanted to try to see if he could get some people together that might be able to revitalize the industry in our province and protect those 7,000 jobs. We thought there was about $50 million, to dole out to either the industry or to the operator and the splits, etc. And we started off using the 2009 numbers, thinking, 2009 is going to be the worst we could do, and with the economy and recession and things would come back a little bit. We couldn't do much worse in 2010 than we did 2009. Well, we're already $6 million. We're running on a budget now that's based on $6 million behind 2009. It's taken us till June, which we are now, to sort of stabilize things, and it's been a big learning curve for a lot of people. But we haven't gone over budgets, and we haven't overspent what we have to spend. That's why we've had to make some drastic changes in the last 30 days to make sure that we were going to have enough money come December 31st. We're working on a calendar year that we could meet all of the allotments that we and allocations that we gave the industry. And I think right now I think we're okay, unless things fall off more. A lot of people want to blame the weather, and our on track is off, no doubt about it. But our on track isn't our biggest problem. The whole industry is down about 15% across the country. California racing is really, we had a lot of money coming in from California. We had a lot of off track, through our simulcast system, and it's seriously down. I mean, it isn't raining sitting here in the Derby Bar and Grill where you can bet, right? I mean, it's not raining in the Boulevard Casino where you can bet, or at Santa Anita or Hollywood Park. It's not raining. So weather somewhat, yes, but California's really hurt us.
Glenn, there was a deal with the lottery. Supposedly, we read about the lottery coming on board. We haven't seen anything yet.
BCLC is really a government-run organization. So until all the paperwork was in place of the committee, lotteries weren't able to act. And I know as of today, they're meeting with Hastings with some new innovative ideas, and lotteries is getting on board as of today.
What do you see for the sport in this province?
I don't have a crystal ball. I can't pull rabbits out of hats. We just have to all get together and stick together. We need to educate the younger person and bring them up like you and I have. I mean, we were young guys when we first met, right? And I know you were a jockey and I wasn't, but thank goodness for that. But we need to get younger people educated, so there is a future.
Don't go away. The Sport of Kings will be right back. Racing across the nation, where we follow all the top stakes races throughout North America. Racing Across the Nation is brought to you in memory of Jeff Robinson, owner and breeder at Heron Acres.
Today on our Racing Across the Nation part of the program, first up we take you to Woodbine Racetrack. If you're looking at the $500,000 Woodbine Oaks, it brings together a filly called Throne Inish. She's owned by Vancouver businessman Bob Costigan, also trained by his daughter Caroline. Great race, great finish. Enjoy it.
Throne Inish is drafting in behind fillies. Oil paintings out there about 4 wide and just 2 lengths off the lead. And Earnful begins her charge toward the leaders, and Moment of Majesty's making a bid. A tight group of 3-year-old fillies with a quarter of a mile to go in the Woodbine Oaks. And it's Ember's Song who's called on for more, run by Garrett Gomez. Ember's Song is open to 2.5. Throne Inish. Resentless has faded. Moment of Majesty is coming hard for Robert Landry down the center of the racetrack. Here comes Moment of Majesty. Throne Inish between horses. Down to the inside, Ember's Song. What a finish. This is going to be close. Throne Inish on the inside. Throne Inish and David Moran to Majesty and Ember's song, Oil Painting, was fourth.
Now if that name Roan Innes sounded familiar, it's because in 2002, the Strawberry Month was won by her mother, Innes Glora, also owned by Bob Costigan, also went on to become Canadian Horse of the Year.
It's Innes Glora to win the Strawberry Month.
Next up, we take it on I-5 to Hollywood Park Racetrack. You are going to be watching the $250,000 Vanity Stakes. It brings together, guess who? The unbeaten mare, Zenyatta, as she goes for win number 17. Great race, and you will not think she gets up there in time.
They're off. Willow Way wins the break and goes for the front. Miss Silverbrook is very hard sent through from the inside. Cherry Blossom Miss just ran up into second. Zardana is away fourth. St. Trinian's breaks fifth, and Zenyatta's at the back of the pack early. Right now she's about 10 lengths behind, dueling front runners to the backstretch, and they're setting a good, solid pace. Meanwhile, Mike Smith is watching it all unfold, and Zenyatta is only 2 lengths behind, and she is after St. Trinian's, who comes calling for the lead. Zardana just in front. St. Trinian's has now taken the lead. She's a length and a half in front of Zenyatta, coming to the 16th pole. St. Trinian's all out. Zenyatta trying to run her down on the money. St. Trinian's still a neck in front. Here's Zenyatta. Yes!
And now to get you up to date with what's happening in and around the track, let's saddle up with our own Virginia Tulloch.
Mark your calendar for July 1st as Canada Day kicks off another great weekend of racing with 3 major stakes, including the Lieutenant Governor's Stakes race. Now, we can't say for sure, but there's a really good chance that stakes champions Almost Time and Tidy will be competing once again for victory. The ever-popular free movie night returns to Hastings with its next showtime set for June 25th at 10 p.m. It's going to be a flashback to the 80s with feature films The Breakfast Club and Ferris Bueller's Day Off. So make sure to grab your thermos and a blanket and come out for a fun-filled night under the stars. Today is a very special day here at Hastings Racecourse, and we would like to encourage everyone to come out and support this fundraiser for recovering jockey April Friesen. Proceeds of the silent auction and 50-50 draw will go towards helping April get back on the road to recovery. After seeing the Battle of Hastings in Hollywood Park, and then again here at Hastings in the same week, we had just one question on our minds. How is this possible? To answer that question, we spoke to Director of Racing, Paul Reinfeld.
Well, the horse Battle of Hastings that races here is a British Columbia bred, so foaled in British Columbia. Battle of Hastings that races down in Southern California, that horse was actually foaled in Great Britain, and as a result was registered in Great Britain under the same name. And when you look at the racing form for that horse while it races in California, it has a GB behind it to denote that it is a Great Britain bred racehorse.
That's all the news for today. From Trackside, I'm Virginia Tulloch, and now you're back on track.
Now here's the part of the show we simply call In Case You Miss It. It's a chance for you to look back at the magic and the mystery of horse racing here in British Columbia from the Sport of Kings perspective, in case you missed it. Today on our In Case You Missed It part of the program, we continue to look back at some of your favorite BC breds who raced here at Hastings or Exhibition Park, and once again, they were your favorites. Today we're going to be looking at John Franks' legendary Delta Colleen. This is Delta Colleen's story in case you missed it. Enjoy, as she is one of your favorites.
On the outside, hundreds cheered. Down the lane they come, hundreds cheered. Here comes Delta Colleen on the outside. It's now Delta Colleen, hundreds cheered. Delta Colleen.
Well, Delta Colleen has provided me with some of my greatest moments in the industry. I mean, some of my fondest memories are riding her. As far as thrills, Delta Colleen's given me more thrills than any other horse I've ever ridden. But her whole 3-year-old year was a great campaign. I think she wins 6 or 7 stake races that year, and she just was a real thrill to ride. And she's continued to provide me with great thrills ever since. Right now she's 7, and her last race was probably as thrilling a race I was probably as excited after winning on her last time as I have been on any race I've ridden all year.
Because we have that race in front of us. Did you think you could ever get her up there in time in this race? Because you're so far back.
Well, Tom, she's really funny. Like she hasn't been firing as good as the old Delta Colleen. She kind of lost a step, I'd felt. But last time out, we were going short, and I just kind of let her dawdle along behind like I always do. You can't do too much with her early. And when I sat down on her and picked up the lines at the 3/8 pole and asked her to run, she just kind of hit a new gear. And as soon as she did, she reminded me of back in her heyday years when she was really rolling. And as soon as she switched gears with me down the backside, even though I was 16 or 17 lengths out of it, I knew that I had the race won, and even though I had a long ways to go.
Chris, all the races you won, what kind of rush is it when you got a filly like this or a mare that just kicks in like? It's got to be high.
Well, it sure is exciting, Tom. It's hard to explain actually because it doesn't even seem real when you're riding it. Like it doesn't seem like the rest of the horses are running when she really kicks it in. Like you think that you feel like you're the only one that's moving in the whole race. So it's a really incredible feeling. And I've ridden a lot of races in my life now, and 15,000 or so, and she's the only horse that's ever provided me with that type of thrill.
Delta Colleen, hundreds cheered. Delta Colleen.
Delta Colleen, where did she come from and how did you get her?
Klein Hoggard raised her, and when he passed away, she went in the sale as dispersal of his horses, and Dan Kenny bought her for Mr. Franks. When they bought her, then they sent her to Washington to Leonard Kasmersky, and he had her as a 2-year-old. He sent her up to me. She'd broke her maiden, I believe, for 40,000. He sent her up to me to run for him. I galloped her the day before, and she felt terrible, just like she didn't even want to get around the racetrack. But the day she run, Sam Krasner rode her, and see this come from dead last and win by a nose, but I mean, she was a runner. If she wants to go hard, you're not going to stop her anyway, and if she wants to go easy, it's pretty hard to make her go.
Oh yeah, if you try to make her run early, she won't even end up firing for you, so you just have to leave her alone and just let her do her own thing, and she does it.
She really enjoys going out and training in the morning, and she'll just stand at the door all day and watch everybody work and do their thing. She never really gets too excited about things either. When she knows there's a race coming up, she just sits back in the stall and she waits. And she waits. And she listens for when the races are going on, and then she gets excited, And then when it's her time to come, she's just raring to go. That's why in a race, when you see her waiting in the back, she's just waiting for, say, Chris, come on, we're ready. And when you ask her, she takes off.
Delta Colleen is now flying on the outside. Darcia is the trailer. Now as they turn for home. So many slows with the lead by a length and a half. Devil Air, ladies excuse at the rail. Delta Colleen in the middle of the track. It's Delta Colleen now taking the lead. Delta Colleen has so many slows. Delta Colleen.
Time now for the Sport of Kings Haas movie trivia. In the 1979 movie The Black Stallion, what was the name of Mickey Rooney's character? We'll have the answer later on in the show. Don't go away. The Sport of Kings. We'll be right back. Time now for the answer to our Sport of Kings Haas movie trivia. Back in 1979, the movie was The Black Stallion. The character was Mickey Rooney. What was his character's name? He played trainer Henry Daly. Hey, trivia buffs, are you a fan of the movies? If so, check out SportofKingsTV.com for Tommy's review of all the latest flicks. Tommy Walski, the Sport of Kings, and Hollywood. They go hand in hand. The Sport of Kings shines its camera on the equine heroes competing for glory in the biggest weekly Hastings race. We call it our Race of the Week. The Race of the Week is brought to you by Nick's Spaghetti House. Nick's Spaghetti House, combining great food in a horse racing atmosphere.
Today on our Race of the Week, brought to you by Nick's Spaghetti House. You'll be looking at some fine fillies and mares competing in the $50,000 Senate appointee stakes. It's going 6.5 furlongs. Interesting notice in this race, there is an unbeaten horse. She's going for number 5. Her name is Concert Music. Enjoy and see if she gets up there.
Kaweah Princess is owned by Very Unstable. Kaweah Princess is coming off a strong second-place finish in the Brighouse Bells and will be looking to stalk a fast pace today.
There's some speed to run at today. Clarinet is out there, and hopefully John's horse is out there burning off as well, and we can stalk and pounce.
Summer Song is owned by North American Thoroughbred Racing Company. Summer Song's making her first start of the year at Hastings, and look for her to be near the lead.
Summer Song's coming in the race really good, Tom. There's a lot of speed in here, and actually, I don't know how she's going to run 6.5 furlongs, but this is the best she's ever been.
Pretty tough race?
Tough race. Going longer, different story.
Clarinet is owned by Nina Egbert. Clarinet is an Emerald Downs invader with stakes victories to her credit. She will force the pace today from the rail.
I feel that you can't fight her too much, so you just got to take her out of the gate and relax. She got tons of speed, so just try to slow her down and don't fight her too much. And she's fit, she tell, and she really believes on the filly today. So,
Concert Music is owned by Ross McLeod and Rob Fiorvento. Concert Music puts her unbeaten streak on the line today, but her bullet work recently shows that she'll be a factor again this afternoon.
Two different styles. Concert's really a speed stalker, so I'm not going to really let that Seattle horse get too far away. We'll be right on her, and a Music will do that just by herself anyway, so that's our plan.
Blue Sky Holiday is owned by Tom and Tracy Bell, Dale Michaud, and Lindsay McLeod. Blue Sky Holiday might be the benefactor of a torrid early pace today. Winless in over a year, today just might be her day.
She's got to tackle this. It's a tough field right now. Concert Music and Seattle Horse, the one horse, they're pretty speedy horses. So for me, it's going to pick up the pieces. Hopefully I get there on time.
Now let's enjoy this strong field of fillies and mares. They're going 6.5 furlongs in the Senate appointee.
There they go. Field of 5. Fillies and mares sent on the way in the Senate appointee. And Clarinet from the inside as expected. Right on the early lead. Concert Music now comes to put pressure on. Right there is Kaweah Princess. Then on the outside comes Summer Song. The early trailer Blue Sky Holiday. Into the clubhouse turn they go. They're in no hurry up front. And Clarinet shows the way now by a tight length. Concert Music stalking Trip on the outside. Down along the inside, Kaweah Princess in third. Summer Song fourth, but only 2 off the lead. 2 lengths for the back, Blue Sky Holiday. The opening quarter, they dawdled through it in 22-4. Now the real running starts. Go on the inside, Clarinet by a neck. Concert Music, second by 3/4 of a length. Summer Song's on the outside. Kaweah Princess and Blue Sky Holiday. Into the far turn they go. Half, 47 flat. And Concert Music on the outside now pops ahead in front. Down on the inside, Clarinet's asked for more speed. It's 3 lengths back now to Kaweah Princess, Summer Song, and Blue Sky Holiday. An 1/8 of a mile to run in the Senate appointee, and Concert Music goes on with it, leads it by 1.5 lengths. Clarinet trying to hold second, Kaweah Princess third. Concert Music, Kaweah Princess. Concert Music to score. Kaweah Princess will be second. Looks like Clarinet down on the inside, maybe third.
And where'd you get this filly?
We got her in the Ocala sale down in Florida.
Good find. Did you pick her?
Yeah, absolutely, I picked her. And we also got her for a very, very cheap price on $12,000. So, wow, yeah.
Congratulations, Ross. Well deserved.
Thanks very much.
You have to be pleased, but run us through the race from where you were watching it, and if it went the way you wanted. Obviously, she won.
Yeah, she did, but I mean, I'm watching 2 horses out there. I've got a really nice horse in Blue Sky Holiday with, this isn't her deal. If the other horses go out fast up front, she's got a shot to close and really get a piece of it. She's so nice, but this just played right into Concert's wheelhouse. I mean, when you go that slow and you give a horse with that much talent that slow a pace, you're never going to catch her. I mean, she just run off with it, so.
John, she's proved she's an exceptional filly. She's won 5 in a row now.
5 in a row, yeah, 5 for 5, yeah.
What's next in the plan and how do you gauge it?
Well, we sit down with the owners, Ross McLeod, Rob Fioravento, and go from there, map out a battle plan. There's a big gap in the middle of the summer. There's talk of Delmar maybe, or something like that. And if it's in the cards and the filly's doing really well, I think we might have to give her a shot, maybe after Canada Day, to head down to Delmar and give it a rattle and then come back for the ballerina or something like that. So,
once again, congratulations.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Don't go away. The Sport of Kings. We'll be right back.
Today on Salute to the Champions, brought to you by the Vancouver Province, we take it back a few years to the year 2008. You've been watching the Dubai Racing Carnival. It's the $2 million Golden Shaban Stakes. It's going 6 furlongs or 1,200 meters. And what is unique about this race, something you don't see too often, it's a straightaway. And all you want to pay attention to is 2008 Sprinter of the Year, Benny the Bull, who was on the outside, and he's got one hell of a run to make. Enjoy this unique race.
The Salute to the Champions is brought to you by the Province Sports, where you can read Tommy Walski's column, Hoss Talk, every Friday. The Province Sports, it all starts here.
Gates fly, and they are racing in the Dubai Golden Shaheen. Munanam on the outside, and Idiot Proof began well. Calrissian and Benny the Bull came out quickly. New Freedom showing all of his customary pace, and Mudamares on the far side. Barbecue Eddie on the far side as they pedal fully into stride, and Colboat Blue too sticking to the far side as they end the first 400 metres. Idiot Proof leading from Munanam. Sarissa on the far side. Diabolical coming down the centre, followed by Bushwhacker, and then came Benny the Bull. Further back is Barbecue Eddie, Cobalt Blue, Drift Ice off the pace. New Freedom and Narc a long way back with Calrissian, and Munanam had now dropped out to the tail of the field. Stark Crown has burst through in the centre. Stark Crown going through with Idiot Proof. Idiot Proof and Stark Crown, 250 metres to go. They're drifting down to the inside rail. Then Barbecue Eddie. Here is Benny the Bull, starting to flash down the centre of the track. Idiot Proof has drifted to the inside. Benny the Bull is reeling him in. Benny the Bull goes up to Idiot Proof. Benny the Bull takes the lead, and Benny the Bull beat Idiot Proof. Stark Ground is third, then Barbecue Eddie, followed by Esperamos, New Freedom, Diabolical, Dark Drift Ice, Mudamares, and then Sarissa. Further back, Cobalt Blue, followed by Bushwhacker, then Calrissian, and Munanam came in last of all.
Okay, that's it for this edition of the Sport of Kings. And once again, on behalf of everyone here, we would like to say thank you for allowing us to be with you on this half hour. One thing to leave you with, very important. Today is April Friesen Fundraiser Day here at Hastings Racecourse. This is a fine chance to bid on a silent auction or participate in the 50-50. Remember to keep them straight, but you know what? We will get you on that final turn.